Hello grade 5! You are now watching the support video which was prepared to help you complete Week 1 Wednesdays questions from your DLR textbook. Firstly, I want to talk about the words no and any. They are both words which shows or gives information on amount or how much or many there are. Do you agree with me? So no and any, they show or they represent amount or how much or how many there are. For example, the sentence, okay, let me type it here. There were no apples. Sorry, there were no apples. That's it. Okay. There were no apples. Well, this sentence explains that there were 0 apples, right? However, there is a rule regarding how the words no and any should be used. And that's what I want to talk about in this video first. Okay? So, the word no can only be used when the word not is not used in the same sentence. Wow, I'm sure that got some of you a little bit confused. Well, don't panic. I will explain it once more, and I will, walk you through this. So don't panic. So first I'm going to clear your screen. So what did I just say? I said the word no can only be used when the word not is not used in the same sentence. For example, okay, in the sentence we do not, okay, or we can say don't, right? We do not or we don't have no pets. Okay. Well, here actually the word no, so this word no is used incorrectly. It's actually wrong. Because, okay, why? Because the word not is used in the same sentence. And I said right before, the rule for using the word no in a sentence is that the word not cannot be used in the same sentence. Okay. Well, so what do we do in this case? In such case, the word any should be used instead of no. So let's read the sentence. We do not or we don't have any pets. Okay. Now I think this sentence sounds much more correct. Okay, and it sounds just much more better. Okay. So again, the rule for using no is that you cannot have the word not in the same sentence. And if there is not already used, we'll just use the word any instead of not. And this is also the same for interrogative sentences too. Okay, we talked about interrogative sentences last class. Okay, so for example, weren't there no apples left? Weren't there no apples left? What do you think about this sentence? Does it look correct to you? If you said no, well, you're correct, because the word not is already used in the sentence. Okay, but we're also using the word no as well. So what do we do here? Well, we could just change the word no to any, and we can say, weren't there any apples left? Okay. Now, I also want to give you an example of how we can use the word no. Okay. So, for example, if we look at this sentence here, we do not or we don't have any pets. Okay. One way you can use the word no in that sentence is we can say we have no pets. We have no pets. Okay. Or for the second sentence, we can say uh, there were no apples left. Oops. There were no apples left. Okay. So this sentence and this sentence here, in both cases, the word no is used, and it's used correctly because the word not doesn't appear anywhere in the same sentence. Okay. So please remember that point. Okay. Whenever you use the word no or any. All right. Okay. Next, I would like to explain what you have to do for question number 4. For question number 4, it says, the umpire yelled, "You're out!" The instruction for question 4 says, where would the following probably take place? Do you guys know what take place means? Okay. Take place means happen. Okay. So where do you think that such thing, or where do you think that, such, dialogue, something people say, can be heard, okay, or seen? Okay. The umpire. I wonder where we might see umpires. And I wonder where we will hear or see umpires yelling, "You're out!" Okay. So please think about that and answer question number 4. Okay. Well, lastly, for question number 5, you are asked to write the root or base word of illegal. Okay, illegal. Well, do you all know what root or base word means? Okay, so root word or base word is like the main part of the word or the main word within a word. Okay, so for example, the root or base word of unhappy. What do you think? What do you think is the root word or the base word for unhappy? What do you think is like the main part of that word or the main word inside of that word unhappy? And yes, the answer is, let me use a highlighter here. The answer is happy, right? Okay, because that is the main part of the word. Okay, and it's also the main word within the word. And for your information, I'm going to use a different highlighter here. Let's use blue. For your information, okay, this part here, the okay, that's called the prefix. That's called the prefix. How do we spell prefix? Like that. Okay. So the blue part, the un, the part is called prefix because it comes at the front of root or base words. Okay. Pre is a prefix within the word prefix. Okay. Pre means before. Pre means before. Okay. And so prefixes are generally written before the base or the root word within a word. Okay. And prefixes have meanings too. So just like I said, pre means before. Okay. And this prefix what do you think that means? Because actually has a meaning. Okay. Well, it means not. So and I will use a highlighter here. So means not. So unhappy means not happy. Okay. Another prefix I'll introduce here is maybe, okay, opposite of pre. So I said pre means before, right? Well, the opposite of pre, I guess, is post. post. Okay, when you hear the word post, you might think of, like mailbox kind of post or the post office. But post also means after. After. So prefixes have meaning, basically. Okay. So going back to the question for today's DLR activity, number 5. So it says, write the root word or base word of illegal. What do you think is the answer? Okay, well, please think and write it down on the line. All right. Well, that's all I wanted to say for week 1 Wednesday's DLR activity. Okay. Well, good luck and see you on Thursday. All right. Bye bye.